Okay, yeah, what's up with it, y'all? Yeah, we about to get real informational right now. We're gonna dive into 5 grams of silent darkness and what it does for people. It's wild because, you know, this is one of them things like, when I used to talk about this stuff, like I used to get flagged a lot, like on my videos for even talking about these things, but you know, other people still do it. So I don't even know why they be on me about it. But it just, because at the end of the lives, I notice we'll get to talking about certain things. And it'll be leading off into this, into, a lot of stuff that I learned just diving in on psychedelics. So I said, okay, I'm going to go on and drop one of these for you so you can see. I got a couple of videos lined up. I had a couple of videos lined up already. Of a couple of people that kind of dove in and they had they 5 grams of silent darkness and basically what they seen on the experience, and then I got one of myself when I dove in on 4-ACO. 4-ACO is like it's 4-ACO DMT, but it's like RC of mushrooms. So it's like when you take it, it's like taking 30 grams of mushrooms, I would say 20, 30, I'll say something like that, somewhere up there. So it's like real strong. And like, it's one time I took it and I seen the Baphomet, and which I feel like a lot of people would be scared of, but I wasn't scared. Cause like I'm not scared of seeing the things that I see no more when it comes to going in on psychedelics, because it's so much that you start to learn, you know, when you diving in. Like you face a lot of your trauma. You see a lot of things that's like actually going on within yourself that you really don't pay attention to, like the way you are and why you do things the way you do things. Like you see a lot of this, but you see where the root cause is, where a lot of things started at, a lot of problems, the frustration that you might have about life. You see where it started from. So it's like, it's just dope to me. So let's just go on in, and this is a couple people that took the heroic dose and dove in on, 5 grams in silent darkness.
I would look at the trees and then I would close my eyes and I could still see like the patterns like imprinted on my eyelids. It was really weird. And so that's like how I could tell that it was starting to kick in. My brain started feeling like it was just being very stimulated and a lot more sensitive. It kind of started to feel like needles in my brain. That's the only way I can think to explain it.
Yeah, that's the. I'm not gonna hold you. That's the part I like when it get to, because it heightens your awareness. And I think, when you first dive in, you don't notice this, but your awareness, because your brain is projecting all these different things. So it's like now your brain then turned on these different sensors that you can feel everything around. Like you can feel everything around you from sometimes a mile radius or more, and you can feel all of it to where you can see it all at one time, to where it'll be like you looking at yourself from above. Like literally, you will be looking at yourself from above, looking down at yourself like this and wondering like, how is that even a possibility?
I feel very in control over myself. Um, and just for preparation, I did bring a journal. I brought some crystals. I brought pictures of family members. Like I was really ready to dive into this. Like I'm about to heal all of this traumatic stuff that I went through. I'm about to like bust through these walls and like just do some deep, deep healing. Like I was really
Yeah.
ready for that.
Oh,
So I
what's up,
closed
brother
my
Young?
eyes and all of
Young
a sudden
God.
I took a trip back to my conception. Yes, before I was born, when I was in my mother's womb, and I felt the energy of my parents. My parents were college students when they had me, and I can imagine if you're a college student and you find out that you're
Yeah,
about to have a
5G.
child, that's a
Yeah,
very
welcome.
overwhelming experience. And I felt that when I went back to my conception, I felt that they were burdened by the responsibility of my arrival. And then my brain kind of like realized, oh my gosh, like this is why my whole life I have this thing about not wanting to be an inconvenience to people, not wanting to burden people. I had a problem with like speaking up for myself and asking.
It's wild because like a lot of us think that we like when at that age of even being born, you don't look at yourself as being consciously aware, which your body is consciously aware of everything because while you're in the womb, everything your mom is saying and doing, you're learning. You're learning language, you're learning everything while you're in the womb. Cause like I had experiences where it was like I know I was in the womb during the experience, which is a trippy thing because you find yourself laying in the fetal position at times. But that experience that you had from the beginning is there. You just don't know it. Like when I said, you know, some of the things that you do in life are because of things that happen over life in like traumatized moments you had within life. And some of it might be good trauma, some of it might be bad trauma. But your body knows and recorded it from the time your brain was made to now. So when you take high doses of mushrooms, you go back to those old memories that you didn't even know you had that were there. You go back to that and you are able to see it and go, wow, okay, this is why I be doing this. It started from when I was a baby. Like, wait, hold on, this is
For
crazy.
the things that I need, because I was always afraid that I was going to put other people in an inconvenient situation. So I would kind of like sacrifice myself for the comfort of other people because I always felt like I was a burden. And I realized I had been carrying this energy around with me my entire life. And then I
Exactly.
traveled a little bit further to when my mother passed away. I was 14 years old when she died. It was a motorcycle accident, so it was a very sudden event. It wasn't something that anybody saw coming. So you
Sorry
can
to
imagine that
hear.
was a very traumatic experience, the most traumatic experience in my life. And I came in contact with this part inside of me who was still this
Mm-hmm.
little girl. My mother died when I was 14, but I feel like this little
Smoked
girl that I
DMT
came in
last week.
contact with was younger than 14, and I realized that this was my inner child. Like,
And look, this is another thing. This like, yeah, I smoked DMT like last week. Like, I just ain't been diving in a lot lately because I just been living. But this is another thing that you start to find out. Even when you see the different stages of yourself as you're in the experience, like her right here, seeing the 14-year-old her, I guarantee, like, I ain't watched the video, but I guarantee you one thing she's gonna say is that 14-year-old still exists and play different parts within her. Like that's another thing. Each age that you went through, each step that you went through in life, that that thing is still living at that age. There's a part of you within you that's in there that's still living life at that age. That's why we have temper tantrums or we throw fits, and there's certain actions that we do that we did at different stages in our life of growing. And it's like within you though, that 9-year old still there being a 9-year old. That 10-year old is still there being a 10-year old. Like each year, bro, it's like, and you'll see this in the experience because you'll see each aspect of yourself.
they say, like, we don't really emotionally mature past age, 8, 9, 10, 11, whatever. Like, we are still kind of like children on the inside. And I
I
met that
knew it.
aspect of myself. And she was very worried. And she was like looking
What's
around.
up? I told you. I'm gonna tell. I did not watch this video or even the last one I'm gonna do. But I already know because like going through the experience, I experienced it, I seen it, I lived it. So it's like I already know what it do. And then you see these different stages of yourself. And now as you're older and you're acting it out, and this, your 15-year old you come out and play a part, and then your 9-year old you start recognizing it, and it's just like, dang, it's kind of comical at the same to me. It's comical because you think like I think I'm 50 years old and that's the only thing I'm being, and it's like no, each one of these parts of myself is still playing the part to be this what I am right now.
And she was like, "Where's my mother? Is she okay? What's going to happen to her?" And I was like, "Wow, I didn't even know she was there." And then I had this other realization, like my daughter, um, I had been treating my daughter as that wounded inner child. So I am the type of mother that worries a lot.
Pass
I
on that.
worry about my daughter.
That's that passed on trauma, that ancestral trauma I was talking about.
Not because I think anything inherently bad is going to happen, but I always just want to make sure she's okay, and almost to the point where it's probably a little overbearing. And I realized that I don't need to be like that with her because she is perfectly fine. She's a strong little girl within herself, and she needs space to grow and to develop and strengthen herself, and I don't need to be like constantly like looking over her making sure she's okay. And that was a big realization, and I feel like once I realized that my inner child was there, it was like a huge weight lifted off of my shoulder because I didn't know that there was this hurt little girl inside of me still looking for her mom. Like I
Man,
didn't know that, and it sounds weird to say that, but it's
it don't sound weird to me. I like 100% understand it. Like I 100% understand it because when you like you like you can see it in yourself. The certain actions that you do daily, you can see that inner child come out and act up and act the fool. Like at times, like when you don't get your way or you don't get what you want, it's just certain things that inner child is still there and it's still living throughout you, even though you're older.
this is my experience. So yeah, acknowledging the presence of the wounded child allowed me to
Yeah, I
release
hope.
the
Yeah.
energy, and weight was lifted off of me.
Well, just in case you see the video, because I know how to tag now, tag them in the video. But yes, say, I'm sorry your mom died. I'm sorry, God. Sorry, God better. You're okay. Don't get being married. Don't get up. Sometimes, Uh, okay. Everything. Like evening me taking, talking, rants. Wait, huh?
Then
I didn't get that.
I was able to zoom out of
Said
my
make me a mind.
focused human perspective. I just realized that there is a bigger part of me as well. Like, I have this human perspective, but then I have this perspective that's bigger than me. Like, this human perspective is just a temporary experience that I'm in right now to help me learn and grow and to have different experiences. And um, that weight lifted off of me because I realized I was so intensely focused on this human person that I was,
Yes.
and I had gotten stuck in like my suffering and my trauma and feeling sorry for myself.
And that's the part. That's the best part that I realized that I began to understand. You think somebody else is creating your suffering, but it's not nobody create. It's you. You the one creating your own suffering. You just can't see it. A lot of people can't see it, and that's okay because that's part of the program.
I started thinking about my life and all the decisions that I've made and how everything was kind of connected to each other, and I was just carrying out an energy, certain energies just throughout my whole life. And then all of a sudden,
Thanks for liking the
I
video.
just started laughing. I started laughing so hard because I was like, oh my gosh, I was taking this stuff so seriously. And
This is why when you see me up here doing reaction videos, this is why you see me laughing all the time. Like through certain parts, you always see because I'm always happy because I'm not, everything is what it is. I'm not walking around like the world is burdened, like a burden on my shoulders. This is just what it is. So you always see me laughing and smiling because like I have a different understand. I understand it now. Like certain things, like we try to fix things that we can't fix. We carry around all these different, like a luggage full of bullshit all the time, and we don't understand that's what we do. We pack the bullshit in the luggage and we put it on our back and we carry it, and we don't know how to let it go. We don't know how to release it in order to live life. So we burden ourselves. And it's like once you see yourself, what you carrying, you kind of laugh and go, why I'm carrying all that? Why am I worried about that? Why am I worried about that? You know, now I can sit and I can vent and I can wear it right now, but why am I carrying it the rest of my life with me? Like, that's, you know, you creating your trauma.
And I didn't even realize like I was creating everything that happened to me. I was making small decisions throughout my life
Telling you,
just based off of patterns and patterns of, I'm
patterns.
like,
And this is what I be saying when I be talking about the patterns of life. I said, when you understand the patterns of life, you'll understand life, because life got patterns to it, and they're the same. Once you get down to the very first one, like how I explained with religion, starting from this first seed and branching off to this big tree, that's life. It started from a seed that grew a trunk that grew a whole tree, and then it grew hella branches, and then it grew hella leaves, and all those leaves is life. And you'll be one of those leaves going, everybody else ain't a leaf. Everybody else ain't this. And it's like, no, it's a pattern to this shit, bro. You got to start recognizing the pattern, and you'll start seeing that everything goes like that. Even our thoughts, the way that we think, the way that our thoughts come out, the way our words come out. It's all, it's, man, it's, and your brain be on the real pattern recognition type shit.
this just the fact that I realized like this whole issue with feeling like a burden on people was just energy that I had been carrying along with me to my conception. It wasn't something that I had actually ever analyzed and thought about. Like, does it make sense? Do I have a reason to feel this way? I just kind of went with it. And I just started laughing because I was like, I was taking things so seriously. I felt so sorry for myself. I was like suffering, and I was choosing to suffer this whole time. I
The
was
whole time.
choosing to make these decisions.
Now that she can recognize this, like choosing, I'm choosing to suffer. You can't even say that to people. That's why I said about good and evil. Like when you start figuring out and seeing that things just happen, but you look at things and you put the evil and you put the good on it. So when you put evil and bad on a lot of different things, and then you carry that thing with you because of your view or your perspective, you're creating your own suffering, because now every time you see that thing, it's going to make you feel some type of way. You creating your own shit. You can't blame nobody else. Like, and that goes for every individual, but it don't seem like that, but it's what's happening.
That got me deeper and deeper into certain situations. And I just started laughing because I just realized like, okay, so I've been creating stuff that I don't want this whole time and then crying about it. But the whole time I was in control of myself, and yeah. Um, so yeah, that's kind of
That's
like the
beautiful.
victimhood mentality. So I was able to release that. Um, yeah, I saw that life is actually just a big game. We take it too seriously. Life is supposed to be enjoyable. We're supposed to have joy. We're supposed to have fun. Of course, you know, this has the whole thing with this, like, you have to ground this experience, because I know, like, realistically, I can't go through life just laughing and smiling all the time. Like, things happen. I'm still a human. Certain things trigger me. I still have emotions. I still get angry and sad and all of that. But despite all of that, I
You
can
don't got to
still
hold on to it.
remember, like, oh yeah, this is just me attaching myself to the situation. I'm just having thoughts attached to this. We all just carry out patterns. We repeat patterns from our childhood.
I'm look, I'm so happy that she's saying this and she's able to recognize it, meaning you're not the anger, you're not the racism, you're not the things that your body is looking at and, you know, feeling something. You're not those things. Like, even though, you know, you might get angry, you're not anger. It's an emotion. It's something that you don't like, you don't have to hold on to. Like, you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, you don't have to hold on to that anger or that bad feeling for the rest of the day, because it's going to carry on to the next day and the next day, and it's going to stick with you. It's like, but I'm just so glad that she figured this out. And I'm going to tell you right now, like, I hate to say it, I didn't figure it out till I was 45. When you figure this out when you young, that's when life begins, and it begins to be beautiful, because you have a better understanding of it. So it's like when you young and you figure this out, oh yeah, it's uphill from there.
We just create the same situations over and over and over
Over
again
and
for
over.
ourselves, and we don't even realize that we're doing this. We think the same thoughts, we make the same decisions, we do the same
Exactly.
things every day, the small little things. Like, have you ever felt stuck in life where you're just trying to get momentum going and make some changes, and you just feel like you're just stuck? That's why. Sometimes you have to do things that break up those patterns. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then I went from that perspective on to the mushrooms. However you want to take this, I feel like the mushrooms told me, or maybe they just influenced my brain to realize this, that I have a mission, I have a purpose to fulfill, and that I need to focus my energy on that mission and nothing else but that. But the real big changes came after the event happened. Um, Anxiety, gone.
Gone.
Depression,
Gone.
gone. Like, it wiped my.
Gone. No more anxiety, no more depression. Like, and that's one of the, I'm telling you, bro, they be trying to give you all these different pills at the doctor's office, and you got somebody say, hey man, I took 5 grams and my anxiety, I did this to somebody, to where one of my friends, and I gave him mushrooms and told him, hey, start taking these. Like, go look into it first, learn about it. And I told them some of the things, and then when they took it, they was like so happy the next day. It was like, man, I was able to be out. I was with the fam. We was over here. We went to this place. I didn't have no anxiety. It was gone. And like I said just now with my brother, of us going and my brother being an alcoholic, and he's just like, man, I'm not drinking no more. Like, it switch up the patterns of your brain, because you're like, you wired yourself to be a certain way, and once you do that, you don't it's pattern recognition from there on out. You don't know how to break that right there. So you, every day you recycle, and you thinking the same thoughts, making the same actions, trying to create the same reality. It break you up out of that, and it create new pathways for your thoughts, and it kind of knock those off, or it create better ones. And it's like, like, whoo wee, the
My
experience is
brain
better
out
than
like a
saying it.
clean slate. Like, I didn't lose
Yeah.
any memories or anything. I'm still me, but it gave me the chance to kind of create a new reality for myself. I was able to see the choices that I was making on a day-to-day basis that was basically creating my reality and creating my world. And then I realized I had an option or a choice to make a different decision to take me out.
Hey, I'm telling you, it don't just give you like new thoughts. Like, it changes the emotional weight of beliefs. Like, it changes it. It like it's a beautiful
Of
thing.
that loop, to take me out of those patterns. And I realized, like, okay, like, time is valuable. We're here for a limited amount of time. We have to make the most of it. We get caught up in petty things that really take us away from experiencing that bliss and that joy that we're here to experience. And to be able to start creating your life and to focus on what you want and tune into it. It means figuring out what works, what doesn't work, and just tuning into the process of becoming who you want to be. And first of all, realizing, like, you are greater than what you think you are. Like, we are so much grander and greater and more powerful than we can.
Yeah, you are the greatest. You are the greatest, and you got so many people that you put above you, that you don't realize that you are the greatest.
Give ourselves credit for. We don't trust ourselves enough. We know we all have this intuition. We all know deep down inside, like, what it is that we want to do with our lives. But most of us, we just don't believe in ourselves. And I have been one of those people. Like, I knew what I wanted out of my life, but I kind of.
Hey, and what she's saying, we all been that. That's why when you watch media or you watch certain things, it's telling you, it's always telling you how to better yourself. Or even if you buy this or you get this, this will make you better. If you come and get this, or you take this course, this will make you better at what you do. Everything is always trying to sell you the betterment of you. And we all do it. We go out and we buy it because we think it's gonna make us better. It's gonna make us stronger. It's gonna do this. It's gonna do that. And it's just you already doing it yourself. Almost like it's a placebo.
Deprive myself from it because I thought it was unrealistic or I thought I couldn't have it. I thought I just needed to be reasonable and sensible and just follow the straight narrow path through life that you're supposed to follow. But I realized like that's not what's going to bring me joy in my life. And I've actually been able to make a lot of progress since this. Like, you don't understand. Like, I've been so stuck.
Oh, tarot cards. I don't like. I never looked into it. I've seen people doing it, but I don't know. You feel me? I don't know about tarot. He said it to them. I mean, you don't. I'm gonna tell you, it don't. When you diving in, right, and you changing the way you look at life. Nah, it ain't gonna never stop them bills from coming. That's when you have to be like me. You gotta be like a person that can juggle all. It's balance, bro. You gotta be a person that can balance all these things. You gotta, and balance is crucial in it. And it's something that you just learn as you kind of going, because you gotta, in order to be, you gotta experience it to be able to do it. So as you're doing it, you making it happen, bro. You making it happen.
If you've watched my videos, um, I was on a roll for a while making videos and then I kind of stopped. I would come back and stop because I just couldn't get it together. Like, I just wanted to make videos more than anything, but I just couldn't seem to get the steps in place to make those changes. And I feel like so relieved. So much weight is lifted off of me. I feel like the world is just has so many possibilities. And it's been a month and a half since I tried the mushrooms, and I'm still feeling the great effects of it.
Yeah, it don't go away. It like stays in you, because like when I talk to my brother, because before then my brother wasn't even getting out and going and doing nothing, and now he just be gone. He be gone. He doing other stuff instead of just sitting back drinking. He out in the world. He's running over here. He's running over there. He's just, it switched him up totally. It was like, that shit is beautiful.
And I heard that you can feel these effects for up to 5 years afterwards. But
More than that.
you know, I but really it's about using the tools that it gives you. Like, meditation is important, sitting still, taking care of your body, tuning into yourself, realizing that you are connected to this greater source that we call God, or what we call the creator. You are connected, you are a part of it. You are made in the image of God. Like, you are connected to that energy, so don't forget that. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this here. So let me know your thoughts or your comments. Hopefully this wasn't too out there.
Yeah, you are made in the image of the thing that made it all. So that means that image is just God looking in the mirror, almost just God looking in the mirror, because you was made out of the image of the, yeah. That is crazy. But I'm stoked. Like, I'm sorry to hear that her mother passed away a long time, but you see how it even healed her of that trauma of having that experience in her life. Because that's one thing that I used to do. Like, when I have a close person in my family that passed away, I go take like 3 grams. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I go take, like, I'll take 3 grams or something and just kind of sit back. And sometimes you'll run into that family member that passed away. Like, one of my cousins in Fresno, he dove in, and like he was telling me, like, when it hit him, he said he started getting a lot of visuals, and he said he was looking at the tree, and he said in the tree he could see like almost like the face of a lion. And he like, dang, he like, whoa, it's a lion. He like looking at it. And then he said, my uncle, the one I'm talking about that passed away, came out and stood right there and told him, keep looking at the tree, keep paying attention, like, keep paying attention to this. And there was like some other stuff that happened, but I'm saying you'll have a connection with like ancestors that lived before us. And I don't know if it's the memory of them, or or if it's something. Like, I always feel like you inside your DNA at times. That's what it feel like to me, because you can see all these different past lives that you lived, and you can see yourself being all different types of people over time, and like many different times in life, like from the beginning to now. And you'll see it, and like, when you won't just see it like, okay, like you watching this video. No, you'll be that person living in that person's time, in that person's life, walking around as that person, to the point to where if you do like me, because I like to sit down, close my eyes, and put on music, when you're that person, you'll forget you this person right here. You won't even hear the music in the headphones no more. All that'll disappear. This whole life will disappear. You'll just be that person in that time period. I don't care if it was ancient Egypt, if it was the 1600s, if it was like, it didn't matter. When you in that time, you just that person in that time walking around. You have no more connections to this life or what this life is. You don't even know this life even was a thing until it kind of lets you go and let you out of that place and kind of bring you back and forth, like, and you'll kind of pan through these places. But here we go. One that that I did. How old is this video? Oh, okay, this 2 years old. No, I re-uploaded it because this video is older than way older than 2 years.
Hey, that was the one of the that was crazy. That was crazy. Like I don't like a lot of people that have full ACO trips. I don't see how they don't get all the visuals I be getting, bro. This is I'm telling you, that was crazy, bruh. Look, when I got off the live last night, like first
Oh
just
yeah,
seeing
I was doing this back
the
when I was doing.
different gods coming out the pyramids, that was crazy. But the Baphomet,
Okay, yeah. So what I said was like this is what happened, if I ain't mistaken, and I hope this not another time. But I seen like this Egyptian mask, like the Pharaoh King Tut mask that they buried him in, and they got that big gold mask. I seen that thing, right? But it wasn't gold and blue. It was gold and it was black and blue. Like the stripes right here that went down right here was blue, and the whole thing was gold. But it was like almost made out of like this black goo, right? And I'm like looking at it, and then it had the three snakes coming out the forehead, right? And the snakes changed into like a pyramid, if I ain't mistaken. I think this the one they changed it to like a pyramid, and then out the pyramid, all different kind of entities start coming out. I'm talking about like entities like Buddha, Jesus, Moses, King Tut, all of them just start like and each time one come out and it kind of get a little big to where I can clearly see it, it'll like fade away and another one will be coming right out right after it, showing me. And I was like, dang, I was trying to figure out what that shit mean.
the
And it was just
Baphomet, how he had on the chain and it had all the symbols of that everybody oh the blue people in that city. Yeah, that was so long ago. I seen them when I yeah, that was trippy.
yeah, but I seen the Baphomet. When I seen the Baphomet, that was just oh my god. It wasn't even scary though. People be scared. Like I'm gonna tell you, people be scared when they see these entities because I don't know, like you ain't used to seeing stuff like that. You're not supposed to see things like that. Like, we always, if we see something like that's considered a ghost, a spirit, it instantly becomes demonized.
That was a trippy trip. That was a regular DMT trip. But last night, bro, look, when I went to go to sleep, you know how you like I was able to actually hear the voices in my head, right? But it was like it was like almost a knob to where I was able to change the pitch on the voice I was hearing in my head. And basically what it was showing me is none of your thoughts, most of your thoughts, none of them are yours. It's if you can tweak it, you can hear the voice of the person of what you saying, where you heard it from, the words, how they even put it. Like I was able to hear the different people where I got certain things that I believe or certain things that
Yeah, this experience really got me because, as I'm seeing these thoughts and they're speaking words. These are my thoughts that I think are my thoughts. Because the whole time I always thought I was thinking my thoughts. My whole life I thought my thoughts was mine because I had them in my head. But when this happened and it tweaked the frequency of the voice of what I was saying when it came out in my voice, I could hear the people who I got the sayings from, who I got that phrase from, who I got that thought from, who I got like and it was hella people, bro. Everything I was thinking, it'll be like my uncle will pop in and he'll say it. But I was thinking it. My uncle will pop in. My cousin will pop in. One of my friends will pop in. My mama will pop in. Everything that I was thinking, all my thoughts, none of them was mine. They all came from somebody else. And I was geeking out. I wasn't geeking, but I was like, dang. I was like I never thought of that. Like how somebody even was like how I'll be saying bruh all the time. It was like, oh, that's the young thing. No, I got that from my uncle who passed away. That's how he used to talk. He always say bruh all the time. So I picked that up from him. So each saying that I had or each word that I had, I could see exactly the person it was saying in their voice. And I'm like going, wow. I was like, this is hella deep. You feel me? When somebody say it, it's crazy of hearing it, but just think if you can do that right now. Every thought that you or when as your thought patterns go through your head, the different sayings that go through your head, it come in the voice that the person you got it from or you first heard it from.
That I say to myself from other people, and I was able to hear those voices like turn that shit to where it'll show the voice of the person where I got that from, where I learned it from. And bro, it was doing that for like a whole hour. For like a whole hour. I'm talking about women, dudes. It was all different kind of voices, bruh. It was crazy. It was crazy, but the Baphomet shit is like what really stood out. Like, cause like once I started talking about it and people was talking about the Baphomet, people get scared of the Baphomet, and it's like the Baphomet is intertwined in everything, bro. Every symbol you see, different shapes and shit, like all the shapes, like from the stop signs to the pyramids to the squares to the all that. You feel me? That shit is it had all that going down, like just gold going all down. Like it was like emblems on a gold chain, like that, like emblems on a gold chain.
Yeah,
I mean, hell of them.
because he was sitting in like a big ass throne, like this. The Baphomet sitting in the big ass throne, like just sitting there like this. But he had on a thick gold chain, and on the chain, shaped like a pyramid, going all the way down to his feet, was bro every emblem that you can think of. I'm talking about from Toyota to Nike to Puma to every emblem or symbol that you can think of was on that chain. And it was an emblem on that chain, and it was gold, and they were moving. They was like moving because it was almost like the gold was gold, but it was liquid. And like it's like they was formed into each other, but they were all connected. And they were like, it was weird, but it was dope at the same time. Like I couldn't do nothing but just stare at it.
Hell of them.
I
But
wasn't
they
scared.
didn't have like diamonds in them. It was like these red. It's like a dark red, bro.
A dark
Like
red
ruby.
ruby.
But it's like I ain't even gonna say blood red, like some blood that fucking coagulated and got dark like that, but it's still hella dummy shiny. And that shit went all the way down, bro. I said, damn, it was like all I seen was the shit. It reminded me of like I said, of
Louis Vuitton.
not Louis Vuitton, but that other
It was
Versace. Like a
Oh,
lot of
okay, yeah.
Versace designs was like it was showing me that shit. Like, and it was
Yeah.
like the
Yeah, because it like the way it was sitting, that's how it was sitting, like how them Versace design shirts that you be seeing a lot of the people wear, and it got like all those weird ass Roman looking designs on it. It was like, but it was, bro, that shit was moving though. It was crazy.
the way what I got out of it was the fact that the ones that create all these certain things, they know about this shit. They know about it. That's why they do the designs that they do, because them designs is saying something. That's why people are attracted to it. That's why like the different brands that got the different names, you attracted to it because it got the meaning of life embedded in the shit. It got it.
Yeah, that's why if you notice a lot of like Nike is a female goddess. Puma is another goddess. All the like when you see Toyota and you look at the emblem on the front, what's the emblem on the front of a Toyota? It's the Baphomet. It's the bull. They'll say it's the bull. It's the Baphomet right there on the front of the Toyota. So a lot of the different names that they use when they came out with these different products that everybody liked, this is why they use the name of like a god, an entity that already held power within reality. Like anybody that even when they create their symbols for their businesses, they always try to use something that came from one of these entities because all the energy is into that thing. Like even the Nike logo, the Nike, like all the energy that that name itself carries will exist in reality over time. A better way to explain it is names. You feel me? Like we see we do this when we have kids and we name our kids after, one of our brothers that passed away, or we name them after their father, or we name them after, a great aunt or a great uncle or a grandpa or a niece because when we give them that name, they're going to carry that energy of the person that was. This is why, like, because I heard a lot of people like going, well, why do people name their kids Lexus and all these different, because that name is what's going to carry the energy of that thing that they are, and you'll see them as they grow. Like they're going to carry the energy of that name that you gave them, and that name carries energy over time. So from when it first came out, it was saving the energy for what it is today. It was saving all that energy. It was there. It's all compacted, bro. So even when you see a lot of people named Bill, it's because the energy that name carries and it's passed on from generation to generation.
Embedded in it. You feel me? And like it was like, bro, that shit is fucking weird. That shit is weird. It got me stoked because I seen every sign, every symbol from T-Mobile, Sprint, all of them. It was like all of them. Man, yeah, last night was crazy, bro. Last night was crazy. I could still like this morning. I could still see Anubis and everything. What's up with it, y'all? I don't got my room is shut down right now. That's why I gotta do a quick live on my phone until they finish washing, and then I can have my room back and be able to do a live to where we can open the Discord. But yeah, yeah, man, that was a
Yeah,
wild
wait,
trip
what did I
last night.
see on the new?
Just the
What did I see with
overlay,
Anubis
just
that
the
night?
overlay of everything, bro. When the gestures came into play, it was these weird gestures that
Dad,
came. Uh,
um, can I have candy?
yeah, go get your Easter basket.
Huh?
Go get your Easter
I said, can
basket,
I have
Tay.
candy?
Go
I
ahead.
don't want to eat my Easter candy.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't have Easter candy at all.
yes, you do. Go ask Mama
Bro,
for it.
Blake sound
But
like
Can
yeah,
right
I
okay.
here now.
please get the Easter? Can I please get the Easter bag
Yeah,
with all this Easter candies in it?
yeah.
Memories, huh?
But it's like when you hear everybody talking, bro, it influence your trip. So like you be having to take your headphones off at times. I had to take my headphones off a gang of times because, like I said, the overlay once the gesture came out, when the gesture pop out, bro, he show you the overlay of this reality, bro. Like it's an overlay that I don't think we can't see. But when that shit wrap
They
around
always in the
everything,
mix, right?
everything changed. It still looked the same, but it's like a different color. And
Yeah, this what I be saying about what the brain does when you're looking at things from the perspective how we looking at, because our eyes don't see things the way our brain really interprets it. Our eyes see things one way, and it only like say if reality is 1280 pixels, right? Our eyes will only see the 720p. When it hits our brains factor in everything else. Our brains connect the dots and make and bring out everything else. And then there's an aspect of reality that goes way above that, because it's almost like realities are stacked on top of realities. So it's like it's kind of weird though. It's kind of weird because when you see the overlayment, you go, "Oh, dang, this is what reality's supposed to look like."
Inside these things, you see those rubies, those dark ass rubies. Everything be like, a lot of shit be made out of gold. Like that's what's trippy, is like a lot of stuff that you see be made out of gold. Look, I was in this one place, bro. Again, the one place where I seen the dude that was made out of coins, and I was in that place, bruh. It was like being in Scrooge McDuck vault. It was like being in Scrooge McDuck vault. I'm talking about, bruh, all the gold coins. I was trying to see the faces on the coins. It was so many of them, and they was stacked. They was just stacked
Yeah,
lines
I
of them,
remember
like
this. That
everywhere.
shit
And
was
then the beans that you see, they made out of coins. It was fucking freaky. They made out of gold coins though.
it was like parts of their body was made out of these gold coins stacked on top of each other, like big and small. But then it was other shapes in there also. But it was like weird because they were all made out of gold. So it was like that was the trippy thing. It's almost watching these gold figurines move around and jump around and do all these little things. It was crazy, bro. I was like, golly, what do
They
this
was
mean?
made out of gold coins, and I was like, what the fuck? It was it was wild. That shit was wild. Even uh the gods that was coming out the pyramids, that was something that stoked me too, because like I never seen the alligator head god, and I never seen the boar head god, but I did. And it brought back the memory. The boar head god is like this god that can transform. It's like he
A
like a shapeshifter.
shapeshifter.
Like when he come out as a boar, you see his skin, bro. His skin, like a lot of them, they skin be like human skin. It be like human skin, but it got the go close the door. It be the shape of a boar though, but it have like human skin, and it was like a shapeshifter though, to where it was changing into different things, but it was like
Oh, what's up,
it was kind of
Retro?
spooky the way it was transforming, because it was like some silly putty. It was like some silly putty, like you take some silly putty and you form the silly putty into whatever you want. That's what that shit was doing. It was like doing that, like going in and out, like
It's kind of weird because when you I'm trying what's up with it, John? He said, I'm tipsy, but you feel me, I'm here. But no, it's weird because I think that's the way I look at the mind now. I look at the mind as being like this primordial ooze that you can shape shift into whatever you want it to be. Like you can change it into whatever you want to see when you're seeing things. And once you start doing that, that's why it make you not see the whole thing as a whole, because we'll shape our minds in order just to see that one thing right there, and we'll stay fixated on that.
I said, man, and that overlay, that like somebody posted the flower of life in the Discord while I was tripping. Like, and I'm saying, like, take that, the aspect of that flower of life. I'm just saying just the lines of the flower of life, and make it clear lines. And then put that in front of you over everything. Like that's what you get. It's like, as if, like, bro, it's like this shit is like a simulation.
Hey, uh like that's why I always be asking people that, like, do you get that? Like, because that's how my experiences usually start off. It's like the flower of life. It'll be just lines shaped like the flower of life, and then You know, when I start looking at it a little deeper, it'll start changing and it'll switch and it'll change. That's why I said everything has a pattern and everything is this shape like this flower, but from that shape it makes everything else. It like but they all follow that. Everything has to follow that pattern in life. It don't matter what it is. It don't matter like the way we grow, the way anything grows on this planet, the way we think, the way we visualize, the way we hear.
And I knew it wasn't him. Like I know this is the face of Kalindi, but this is not Kalindi though. Bruh, these different beings and stuff, they can take form of us. They can take form of us inside that place. Because it was saying like basically when you die, bro, you shed this because this is not you. This is the perception that we all got of each other when we see each other. But when I dove in there, bro, I seen Kalindi. That wasn't him though. I know for a fact that wasn't him. I don't know
Probably
how
was
I
my
knew,
perception of
but I
him.
knew it was like something else taking the form of Kalindi because Kalindi is, he passed on. The body, once the body is gone, bro, you don't look like this when you go somewhere else. So a lot of these beings, they'll take form in the aspects of the ones that we love and we look at. You know what I'm saying?
Which is weird, right? Because if you pay attention to life and the good people in your life, like what form do they come in? Like they like even the people in life, like they come in different forms, like the good and the bad. So it's like these entities when you in there a lot of times they do the same thing. It's like they'll come in a form that you are more comfortable with because they feel like if they show their true selves you're gonna be scared, you're gonna be spooked. So it's like it gotta come in this form right here. I'm gonna come in the form to make you feel like more relaxed.
Saying that should have take that form because you creating that form when you go in there, you want to see that form. That's what you want to see. So it's like when it come to you, if that's what you want me to be, that's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna
Retro.
be that. If you feel, since you want to feel comfortable about it, that's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be that, and I'm gonna come and talk to you and say this and say that to you. But I'm gonna take these different forms that make you feel comfortable. But really, that's not what it is. This is just a form I had to take in order to make you feel comfortable to get you to wherever you going. So that wasn't him, bruh. That was another wild part. Cause once I laid down, it wasn't. I like after that 4 hours, I was still deep into the trip to where I tried to eat, but then when I ate something, it made the trip go on. It made the trip kick back in. I drank some water. It made the trip kick back in. Everything I was doing, I smoked the blunt. It made the trip kick back in to where
Wow. You said how's it tripping in the rain? The raindrops look like Egyptian symbols and stuff. The rain be feeling good when you tripping in the rain. It was I forgot her name that used to come to the channel when I was only doing lives on this, and she the one first made me step in the rain because she said she said she stepped out in the rain naked. I was like, I ain't doing that, but I step in the backyard and see what it feels like. But that shit is beautiful. That shit is it's like you be connected to the clouds. Like you connected to the clouds, you connected to the water. So it's refreshing. It's refreshing.
every time I lay down, bro, you get this weird ass feeling in your head like your brain is floating up out your head. I'm not lying. It's like your brain is floating out your head. And you get that feeling like you get that feeling. Like I'm talking about, and when you get that, when your brain or your consciousness, what we would call it or whatnot, once that shit float up outside your head, bro, you getting everything. It's just it like it open your shit to just information.
Hey, because I feel like it's like on the body has like a governor on it almost. So when you go outside of the body, like you become literally connected to everything. You can see everything. You can feel everything. You be everything. Like just popping outside of the body. Oh man, it's that shit is it's like amazing.
And a lot of the information you can't tell what it is if you on the live trying to do a live and talk to everybody. It's like like you in like, man, I was in all these different places that just, yeah, the crown I was in. Is that what it is? The core awareness. Yeah, that when that shit opened up, bruh, it's a feeling I can't even explain. When I woke up this morning and like I took a bath and shit, I got to tub, like I was rubbing my head, bro. It brought that feeling right back. Just rubbing my head, going like this. It brought that feeling right back to where it feel like your brain, bro, like your brain came about your skull or something, and it's it's existed outside of your body, and it's like connected.
Yeah, 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 like an internet consciousness. Like, yeah, like the web, huh?
It like got these connectors that's connected to everything, bro. That shit is, yeah. Look, he said, "I am consciousness." Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, the Egypt shit though was the I don't understand why do we get Egyptian gods? Like you get the Hindu gods, but it's like the the, I think the Egyptian gods. Oh, this is another thing, right? The pyramids. Somebody asked me a question about the pyramids when I laid down, bruh. This is what I seen. If you look at the pyramids, right? Look at the pyramids and look at the bottom. They was like, cause you know the pyramids is stairs. If you look at it, right, with the pyramid, if you look at the pyramids from a distance, they look like a road. They look like stairs climbing to something. If you look at a road right now, go outside, look at the road, and look all the way down. When you look at the road, it go in a triangle because as it go that way, it gets smaller. It gets smaller to where it's like a triangle, bruh. It's like a triangle. So I'm like going. It was like, okay, that's what the
I
pyramids
think
was. They was like a fucking.
that, yeah, that was crazy. Well, I see that because that's what it looked like. Like the pyramids was a stairway to a whole nother reality, a stairway to the stars or to another planet. And then when you go and you look, they lined up. Well, I forgot what stars they're lined up with, but they're lined. Each one is lined up perfectly with three different stars or whatever that is. I'll look it up later because I forgot.
A stairway to fucking heaven or wherever they went. It was like a stairway, bruh. If you even look at, they say the pyramids was shaped like the constellation, and they point here and they point there, bro. It was a fucking stairway. If you look at it if you look at it from a straight point, bro, it's like that. I'm telling you, when you even look at the street, and I seen it, and I'm like going, oh, okay. Okay, that kind of makes sense. I don't know if it's true, but it makes sense when you look at it this way. That
I don't
motherfucker
know
go
if it's
from
true.
big to being little, like it's a fucking a road to somewhere. Like each angle, each no matter what angle you look at it from, if you look at it from the bottom to the top, man, it's a road leading to somewhere. It's leading to somewhere that's not here. That's what it told me about that. It's crazy because I wasn't even paying attention. I wasn't even tripping off of it because you see so many pyramids. You, I don't know. Man, it was man the gods. I don't, they was saying all type of shit was coming into my mind, bro. All kind of shit was just popping into my mind when I see them. Like when I see them gods,
Yeah,
you
this was
it
one of
just
them
all
good
kind of
ones.
shit be going to your through your mind. You can't
I'm trying
grasp
to see
like
when I
that,
got to
bro. That shit was
Anubis
trippy. Think psychedelics.
because I think I
Like
was.
even looking at shit, I see that shit on everything that we at least buy. But every symbol, bro, he had it like on a.
Yeah, that Baphomet thing was crazy. That Baphomet thing was crazy. Like, and it's wild to even see those things because, like, when you seeing them, like, you know what you seeing, but you don't know what you seeing, and then you go look it up and you just like, wait, hold on. Like, how is that even a possibility? Like, how am I seeing, like, why am I able to see these things? And some of these things, why am I even able to speak to? Like, So I feel like we connected to all these things. We just don't understand the full connection yet. I feel like we connected to all these different entities because they live within our mind or something like that. And we just have a connection to all of them, and all of them play a certain part within our existence and our being.
It's about the head. And you can feel,
That's
it's
the
amazing how your body
5
can
grams.
tell you, like, before something happens. And I'm very intuitive, so I kind of trust my intuition. It was just like, ooh, this is gonna be
Very intuitive.
profound. It was October 13th, this Tuesday. And I'm like, something about that day, something about October 13th and something about 13 period, it just made me kind of like, okay. You know, people say lucky 13 and people think 13 is an unlucky number. But I don't know, something about this day felt very spiritual to me, the morning. And so I'm going into it, I'm feeling these all kinds of conflicting things. It's amazing how, you know, you can talk yourself down from all of that anxiety that's just like pounding on, because it just increases and increases. Next thing you know,
Be like 1,000
everything
fold.
is turned up, everything is bright gleaming. I had my windows open, which I thought was a pretty good idea, because I'm like, oh, no darkness can get in, it would just be nothing but light. And then on the onset, it was just becoming so much light. Like everything was flashing, everything was definitely getting to a heightened state. And so I'm like, okay, I decided to relax. I could barely feel my body at this point. It's like within 30 minutes or 40 minutes into the journey, that's when I got, you know, the loose legs, no position I felt was comfortable. I kept rolling around the bed. I had the bed perfectly laid out. And then all of a sudden, it was just like
Yeah, that's how I am. Like I don't do it as much. I don't do because I'm always doing something now. You know, and even though then I was always doing something, but I still wanted to know. Like that's like how he talking about the light. I seen how like this is where we was on reality. Like how far we was away from the creator of reality. Okay, so like the sun, right, is shining on this side of the house. Now the sun's shining down, it hits the wall next door right there, and the light from next door bounces in the house. So it creates light from the house. It's not coming directly from the sun. This is bouncing off the wall, and the wall bouncing off the wall, bouncing back and forth, and then sending it through the house, right? And then when it comes through the house, it's bouncing off the walls, and then it's shining under the stove to where you can see a little shade under the stove. That's where that's how far our reality is from what uh, the light will actually be like the sun. So that light that's shining all the way down there is like where we will be at. So if the creator of all things is the sun, we would be the reflection of the light bouncing off the wall into the other wall, bouncing back to the wall, coming through the window, hitting the wall, which is bouncing off that wall and hitting another wall, and then bouncing itself up under the stove or the refrigerator. It's like that's how far we are away from the thing. But we are still the thing. See, because it's the same light. That's the crazy part about it. It's the same light. It's the light of God, but it's the image of God. That's why I say, okay, we're made in God's image. It's that thing. We are that thing. Just like that light bouncing off all the way down there, but it's not. And it's like it is, but it's not the sunlight at the same time. But it is. But no, but it's a reflection of a reflection of a reflection of a reflection of a reflection. Like to where that's how we went on in time. We just kind of, created reflections. Like over and over again. I forgot how to explain
it's like
it.
similar to my other video where I talked about like the sunflowers, and it was like dollops of love and sunflowers hitting my vision, and all of a sudden just like beautiful visuals, beautiful visuals, and it's so weird. It's so weird. Like it's like, and I'm like, I'm peaking. This is gonna be great. Because at that time, I'm just like, okay, all my anxiety ceases to exist. I'm, dissolving. Everything around me is dissolving. I remember everything became like little tiny. It's like turning off the television, and there's like the little bitty dots. It's like everything was like raining down like little bitty dots, and everything was like melting and like disintegrating, and it was just like one of those things. I'm like, holy shit, I'm going crazy. Everything is disappearing from me. And at one point I really freaked out, but I kind of, kept myself down, because it was like this inner voice telling me, let it go, just relax, you're fine, no harm will come to you. And it started to get really deeper. They got to a point where it wasn't just visuals anymore. It was this point of like this huge transcendental light, if that's what I could describe it as, and it's like gleaming down on me. And out comes these hands, and they're just like reaching out to me, and I'm just like, at that point, it's like, it really is like a choice. It's like, do you want to go deeper into this and lose your fucking mind, or do you want to just kind of like, because your ego just tells you like, oh no, I'm not going there.
Yeah, that's, you be scared, because you see these, I'm telling you, that blue lady came out on me, and she, she like touched me on, I think she touched me like on the shoulder or something, or put my head back, and when she tilted, when my head went back, like everything started to disappear. It was almost like I was getting sucked into my consciousness itself. I was getting sucked in, so everything was disappearing. And the cars, because I live like on the busy street, so the cars was getting lower and lower and lower and lower. When it got about like that, I jumped up. I said, nah, I was scared to go my first time. I said, I was spooked.
And at one point I opened my eyes because it was so strong. And everything was like blinking, like blinkers, and it was just stimulation overload. And I'm like, what is happening to me? What is happening to me? And all of a sudden, when I rejected the light, it pulled back and everything became dark. And I remember thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I made the wrong choice. Because literally, it's like the energy transformed into something else. It was like, okay, you're not coming, we're going to go ahead and move on. But it was these encouraging voices, just like getting louder and louder. And then it was this frequency getting louder. It's like everything was like buzzing. It was like, and at one point, it was like within, like hitting that peak within an hour, about 12 o'clock. I wasn't even cognizant of time, but I knew it had to be an hour. Like my last look at the clock. And it was just, it was too much. It was just like this high-pitched noise of like, it was like a hum, but it was more like
I usually let people in the experience.
I don't know, it's like a zinging sound. And it's like if I
I like, usually when I be doing these and we talking about this, I always like have it open, but I got to get my Discord back. But the apes, if you got apes, bro, I'm telling you, 0.5. Take a 0.5, because apes is kind of strong. A gram of apes is like taking like 2-3 grams sometimes, it seems like. So it's like with the apes, take like a 0.5 and see what it do and see what happens. And then go up from that. But I wouldn't, unless you're an expert, then you can start off with a gram. A gram would still be nothing. But I would start off at like a 0.5 and work my way up with the apes.
I gave into that, it made my brain feel weird. It made me feel so weird. And
no, you're right. Words can't really explain what we experience. It like, we try to explain it in words, but you can't, bro. You just can't.
I don't know. It was like I was malfunctioning like a human being. It's like I guess people call them.
This right here, I'm not gonna hold you. This be my favorite part of the experience for me. This, like when this happens and I start glitching, it literally lets you know your body is just a robot. That's it. It's an automaton or something. That's what I feel like, because I get the glitching and things don't, it don't work properly. It be like when the robots be glitching on the movies. It be just like that. It's like my shit can't function right. I can't move my hands right. I can't blink right. It's like my shit just be like, and it'll do it. It'll loop it. So you'll get stuck in it and you'll just be like, and then it'll be making these weird sounds in your head. These weird like computer noises, bro. When I think about it now, it'd be funny because it'll make these weird computer noises like, and you just like, what the fuck is going on? Like I'm losing my mind. It's like, nah, you're not.
Brain zaps, but it eventually got to that point, and within it, it was starting to get so intense, and that's when I was greeted. It's like there was always a moment where I felt like I'm greeted by this other presence or this other worldly energy, and there were like so many of them, and they were coming down, and everything was black, and then it turned to blue, and it was like I was swimming in this like galaxy, and then it turned to water. It was like this galaxy of stars just like popping and exploding in my vision, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm floating in water, and I'm like, holy shit, and it's like I'm swimming, and then it's like I'm swimming in this nothingness. It's like it's not even that I had a body. I remember at one point just being like, am I dying? Am I dying right now? Am I dead? Like everything felt like
you die a lot of times on shrooms. I ain't gonna hold you. It's a part of the experience. That's like when you really understand death, in the sense, like that's part of the experience a lot of times. But it's like when you have that death, like you come back, like life be new again.
I felt like I was up in the air. It felt like it was love. It was so many things. So many. It was like I was in the collective conscious, if that's what you could describe it.
Oh yeah.
Thinking about it now, looking back at it, it kind of made me kind of really fearful. It made me very because I mean, if you're not used to being in that kind of like what I call the ether, that it kind of messes with you. It makes you feel things that you've never felt before.
Yeah, there you go,
and it's like at that point I was like, oh my God, I couldn't even feel my body. I remember opening my eyes, trying one last time to like open my eyes. It was just blasting of light, everything shifting and colors melting, and then it was like I was exploding from the inside, this buzzing noise, my emotions, everything was good, but it felt so intense.
It'd be hella intense. But I'm telling you, bro, that I think I like that buzzing noise, because if you let it go on, that's when you get your full breakthrough. Like when you get that zzz or that and you let it happen, boom, you explode, you break through, you explode into the cosmos.
You just say it's just so intense, like there's no relief from this, that nothing is ever gonna change. But obviously I knew to keep a clear head, and I knew that if I kept going and breathing, that's all you can do. And just, it's like my higher self telling me, just breathe and you'll be okay. Like you have this other voice in your head.
Yeah, because those different aspects of yourself that you done built over time, right? Like even like when you start hearing this higher perspective of yourself start talking, it'll blow your mind, because they'll sound like a scientist, or you feel me, or like a school teacher, and they'll just be using all these big words, different words in your voice though, and you just listening like I had a trip like for like a whole 30 minutes. It was me listening to my intellectual thoughts talking. And it was like, and because 45 degree by the 7th in the part, and it was just going on. And I'm just like going, oh yeah, right. But it's loud though. It's not like a low voice. It's loud, happening in your head though.
Which is, I believe it's your soul. I believe it's the deepest part of you that never goes away. But at that point, it's like,
yeah, when you hear those noises, it's like you pulling into that, you dialing into that higher dimension. But it is weird, because it's like the thing that you are is trying to come out of the shell, like the soul is trying to come out the shell or something, like it's trying to break the shell, and your body is trying to hold it, but your shit just start kind of glitching. It be glitching like a mud.
Like I burst. I don't know if anyone's seen the movie Annihilation. But at that last scene of that movie, when Ventress actually morphs into, because the alien being or whatever it is it's reflective. So everything you're giving it, it's just multiplying it and transforming it and everything. At that point, I literally became everything and dissolved into nothing.
Exactly. I was waiting for somebody to say that. I literally became everything. And I always ask myself, how is that even possible? But I experienced it on multiple occasions to where I became everything at one time. And I was able to see it from every perspective of the things that I was actually being. And I'm going, how is that even,
And
we all connected?
it was weird because I was swimming. It's like swimming in this water, and then the beautiful God, beautiful goddess. I was gonna say it was the goddess Krishna. The goddess Krishna. It was.
Hey, you running to Krishna? Hey, the first time I seen Krishna, I was scared. I was spooked. It was on DMT. I tried to run in the psychedelic world, so it made my body run in the real world. I ended up falling in some more shit. I was so spooked.
It was a blue deity with glowy blue eyes, blue, and like, I don't want to say like snake hair, but it was like these floating ethereal light hair things. And she was just telling me, I don't know if anyone's ever had this kind of experience, but do let me know. And she was just telling me like all these things about me, like you were kind, you were wise, like about my life. And then it was basically this like description of,
I'm hella jealous. I'm gonna tell you why I'm jealous, right? Because I had an experience to where, bro, I literally sat in front of every deity, and they sat right in front of me and had conversations with me. Like on one experience, I went through all of them one by one, and the only one that just threw everything to me was Anubis. All the other ones, they kept doing like this. They'll shake their head no. And then I'll like kind of disappear and I'll go to the next entity. And then it'll be the elephant head god sitting there with the trunk going, and then it'll just be looking at me and we looking at each other and it'll go no. And then later on, I had experiences to where I sat down and had a full-blown conversation with Krishna. But I only could see myself in third person, and it was from a distance. Say if it was like 20 yards away, and I'm over here, my consciousness is over here, but my body's sitting right there in the lotus position, and Krishna with all the arms in the lotus position just conversating with me. Like to the point to where I started going back to try to find that experience, so I can see what was being said. I never was able to get back to what was even being said in that conversation, but I was able to see it from third person and watch it happen. And I'm like going, dang, so yeah, I'll be kind of jealous when somebody, thanks for subscribing, Promise NYC.
My humanness in this nothingness. And you were just like, you are kind, you are wise, you are the blend, you are unique, you are not, you are magic. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, is this real? Is like this thing is like talking to me, and I'm like, I'm actually.
I know you can't run. I tried though, bro. I tried to run, John, that first time. I tried to get on, and yeah, it gets real, Charles. I tried to run, I couldn't though.
Comprehending it, and I don't even think it was actual English. I don't really think it was English, but it was like this energetic surge of her. She put her head down in the water, and these glowy blue eyes were looking at me, just beautiful, like markings and beautiful hair.
Hey, and that's that's the part that get me, right? Because when I seen her, right, like the first time, I was like, I was literally this far from her face, to where, you know how when you look at your face in the mirror, some people like how you got the little air holes in the hair holes or whatever. I could see all that. I could see her skin. I was up close. Like it was sweat dripping off her skin and everything, bro. I was up close. When she stuck her tongue out, it was weird because her tongue was long and it went like that, and it had like snake fangs all over her tongue. I say about 10 snake fangs in different parts of her tongue. But I could see the bumps, like the taste buds, the bumps on her tongue and everything. I could see the like the glistening of the wetness of the tongue and everything, bro. It was like it'd be crazy because even with seeing Ganesh, the elephant head god, and like the way his skin was, it was like human skin. It's like it's trippy because it don't seem like it's real, but it's real, real, real. When you seeing it and it's happening, it's real, and you notice all these different little things within the experience of while it's happening.
And it's like the body. It's like the front part of a body, but I couldn't even see. Like she didn't have the rest of the body, but it's like she was dunking her head in the water and just looking
scrolls
down
around her
and
neck and
just
everything.
rolling in the water like that. And she was like, "You are wise. You are kind. You are the mix. You want more." And then after I heard more, I heard other voices. They were like, "More, more, more. You are more. You want more." And you are successful, you are kind, you are the mix, you are the blend. And they kept telling me this over and over again. You are the blend, you are mixed. The mix.
Now, how do I break this down? Now, when you think of all these entities, we just was talking about energies and different things of that nature. Each of these entities exists within all of us. Each one is a certain energy that we use daily. Each one, from Anubis to Ganesh to Vishnu, each one of these entities is an energy that we use on a daily. Like even love itself is its own entity, and it exists within everything, right? So if you were able to see the entity of love, like we would call it God, because that's what God would be to us, is the thing that loves everything. And then you have the hate entity. You got so many different ones. Like when it comes to feelings, you got to understand each one of our feelings is its own entity. And that entity, we pass those entities on and on and on and on. So sometimes it seems like we the ones that give the hate life. We the ones that give the love life. Because we're the ones that are experiencing it and living it. But we don't look at them as being their own separate entities. Because the love entity breeded, you know, and what did it had? It had like. It had all those different other names. You know what I'm saying? Love, like, I can't even think of it, but I got a brain for it. But all those different things. Then you have hate, what bred these other ones, disrespect, anger, and and each one at its height on each side. Like this one would be God, this one would be Satan. And each one, once they started off, they had children. And the children were the other little, the hate, the I don't like you, all those different things. They bred from these two different entities that are existing, which I would call just the yin and the yang. And then that's why we get all these other things that come from it. All these, the bad on this side, the good on this side. And it's like kind of weird when you start, because you don't look at it like that. But when you dive in on shrooms and you see the entities, you better understand it. And you go, golly, like this is like, wow, like, okay, each one of these things is living in me. I just use them the way I want to use them. And the same with us. Like I told you, like it's a pattern to this shit. Like even us, it works that way with us. Like how we are born, and then we bred over and over, and then we get down to here. Now we up to here to all the ones that came before me. Now it's me. You feel me? And I'm just a reflection of all those ones that was before, but I still carry that good, that evil. I still carry both aspects of those two things. It's like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's not at the same
And
time.
I like in my mind, I'm like, I knew why she were telling me these things because at that point, as soon as I peaked, I remember asking because when you do shrooms, you always have to go in with an intention. Obviously, everything's just going to be happening to you, and you're just going to be like, "What's going on?" You know, you
I
got to
let it
have
all happen.
something grounding you. You know, something that you ask to the shroom, and so I asked to be healed. I asked. For my purpose, I want to be guided through that. I was like, heal me. I remember just being like, heal me, heal me.
And I like over time I learned that like I didn't want to go in with no intent, and I wasn't looking for purpose, because even like when you think about purpose, what is purpose? Purpose is already a story that was designed by somebody else. Even though it seems like it's new because we're doing it all over again, it's still something that was designed by something that came before us that said if you do this, it's going to make you feel like somebody. It's going to make you feel like you got purpose. If you come here and you praise every day, it's going to make you feel like you got purpose. If you go and you be this in life, it's going to make you feel like you got purpose. Like, if you get what I'm saying.
The Lady Gaga song in Star is Born, just heal me, heal me. And all of a sudden she just like came down like this light. It's so beautiful. It was so beautiful. And I've never experienced something so unique and it was so visual and vivid. It's like I still remember.
I'm not gonna hold you. I think it's both. I think it's both. I think it's a coincidence, but at the same time, it's made at the same time, like by something or something. I think it's both, like in one, because both things is happening. Like when you really think about it, like because as we go, a lot of things be seeming like a coincidence, and it's like I don't even think it is. Now I don't know. I don't think so, bro. It can't be because the way things are. So it had to be generated and made by something. But it's weird because if you think about the way, if you look at it like in a scientific point of view and you think about organisms and different things of that nature, then you would go like, not really. Not really. It wouldn't be controlled because all of that mean like, we can't even control ourselves. And this system that we say that somebody is controlling, they can't even control it because the system is just doing its thing. Life is just doing its thing. It's almost like life is its own thing, separate from nah, I ain't even gonna say that because I'm gonna have to explain that, and I don't want to.
It's like in my body and in my
I'm
mind
gonna
that I
hold on
still
to
remember
that.
these feelings and these visuals, but it's like when I try to put them into words, it's like a forgotten dream. It's like when you try to remember a dream, it's like this fadey thing, but it's like
No, we don't. It ain't that we think any. Because you said, I see what you said, Robin. You said y'all think anything is cool lately, like love, forgiveness, clarity, love, or just being in love. We doing all those things already. We already do that. Like that. I'm already doing that. I'm already in love. I'm already forgiving. I already got clarity. I already got those things. It ain't that I'm searching for anything else either. It's just like I like to see everything. I like to see the wide span of everything. You feel me? Like that's just it. I like to see it all. I don't like to just think and let it be what you think it. Like that would make me you. Like if everybody did just do that thing, it would make everybody the same, don't you think? Like it would like really make everybody the same entity. It wouldn't be no use for anybody to have their own way of putting the blocks together. But he said, yeah, but what is the coincidence? Think about it. It only happens when you move in a direction. If I'm looking for a deal on a car and I find it, that's coincidence. It's the universe moving, causing to become. You know what's weird, right? But think about that, right? Because, you know, let's say that is a coincidence. But if 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 Kevin didn't throw that rock through that window 10 years ago and this happened and that happened and you know, it's a lot of things that happen that lead up to each moment that's happening. So it's almost like you could say it's a coincidence, but for that so-called coincidence to happen, it's a lot of other things had to happen. And if one of those things would have changed, then what if that thing wouldn't have happened? So it's like, I don't know. So it's like I think it's both still. Uh AKA Mooch. I think it's both. I think it's both.
Your
For some
memory and
reason.
the energy, you remember everything about it. But after that point, it kind of transitioned out of me being so introspective and them telling me about my life, because they went into like how successful I will be
Oh,
and
yeah,
how
he
I'm
said
the
right. That's
blend
what I'm saying.
of,
Okay.
I guess, them, because I do kind of feel that I'm psychic and sensitive to my intuition and other people's energies, and I've always felt like I've been a healer. If people believe in starseed.
Oh wait. Do I believe in the butterfly effect? You mean what happened in the movie? Man, I ain't gonna lie. Like it's so hard not like after having like 1,000 psychedelic experiences, it's hard to not believe in a lot of different things from the butterfly effect to, you know, it's not hard not to believe in a lot of different things because you see all these things happening on a level of it's all happening at one time and you'll live the butterfly effect. So it's like, you know, it's hard to not see that that is a thing. Like if you get what I'm saying. So it's like almost like all these things is happening at one time. But we trying to control it and just make it this.
And indigo children. I believe in that kind of sort of thing. I believe that everybody has a purpose on earth and not everyone's energy is the same. Not everyone's purpose obviously is the same. Not everyone has the same abilities as anyone else, you know. I think that was unique. And so in that experience, transitioning, she showed me my conception into birth. It was like into this water, into this like gleaming rainbow of colors, and it's like bloop, 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 just like colors exploding. And I realized I was in my mother's stomach. I was inside my mother's body. And I seen like the nuclei just.
Hey, ain't that a trip though? Like I like the way you say that. It seems like life don't happen to you; it happens for you. Like it's always like it's always happening for your experience, for you to get what you need out of every moment. You know, it's always that. Like that is something to think about, and it's weird at the same time, bro. Life is trippy as hell. Like in the different moods, the different aspects of it, even how we go about living it, how we go about being it. It's like because like he was saying, everybody's purpose is not going to be the same because for me, I'm not gonna lie, it's like you have to create your own purpose. You have to make your purpose. It'll come to you and then you'll be good at it, but that's not going to be the purpose. That's just going to be you saying, I was good at that. That's what I like to do. That's what I started to do because you was good at it. So it seemed like that is your purpose when I think the purpose is actually just to be. And having a purpose is a part of just being. Every aspect that's going on of life right now, the good and the bad, is just being. It's just happening. It just is. And I think we fight with it because we don't want it to be these things. And we go, it shouldn't do that. I don't even like saying that no more. Oh, well, that shouldn't have happened. Because if it happened, then it was supposed to happen. It didn't matter how dark it was, how bad it was, it happened. And it's like you gotta like you just begin to accept it. Now we can work to do things to try to not let that happen again. This is us learning from our mistakes. but everything is happening and it's happening. So it's like it'd be even weird how we like even do the back and forth with each other about a lot of stuff that's happening, even if we ain't doing it. Like we'll get on the back and forth. I said, dang, that's why I kind of switched my channel up from not just doing psychedelics to everything else. Because I said, wait, this is true life stories. Everything is going on in life. It's not just psychedelics. Life is a psychedelic already. So as I'm diving into these other pathways of things happening, it lets you it shows you like the hate that we just have as people. And that's just not just me. I'm saying everybody. We all have this desired hate, that we can't do nothing. It's like we put it like we can't do nothing but be that. We don't know how to be anything else. Like, see, I can do this video right here and do this, right? I can do this now. You see how many people here? 16 people. But if I go do a video about something else, YouTube is going to share it out and they're going to share it to everybody because I'm helping with the divide. I'm helping with the other thing. I'm being a part of that group over there that is feel like causing problems. So this is what people want to see. People don't want to see this right here, which is kind of crazy because I'm not going to say it. It is a lot of people that do want to see this and want to talk about these types of things because when we get off into this, we're mainly talking about fixing things and then not even fixing everybody else. It's about fixing yourself because you can't save nobody else from this thing. You can barely save you. So it's about fixing you and getting your head right and getting yourself right. Everybody else, they let them do what they do because people going to be people. But once you start recognizing your pattern of thoughts and how they're going and what they're doing, you'll be able to see everybody else's clearly and go, dang, that's why we get to certain points in life. We go, I used to think like that. I used to be just like that. You feel me? I used to do the same thing. When I was young, I was doing that right there. And it's like, it's you changing yourself instead of trying to change the world. Because once you change yourself, it's like kind of weird. You start to kind of flow with life and people recognize it. They see it. Like, and you're not even doing it for everybody else. And that's what's crazy. Like when it comes to working on you, you're not doing it so everybody else can, you know, can see that you improved. You doing it for you in order to get all that excess baggage and all that luggage you've been carrying around so you can set it down, put it over there. I don't even need it no more. Like that's what it's about. It's hard. It's hard for people to see it because we get caught up in all these other things in life. And that's just, but this is the way we like it. And like, it's wild because if you notice, we come together as groups and we make all these things cool. As groups, we come together, like we'll come together and be races on a whole nother race. And to us, it'll be okay. We'll come together, we'll dislike a group of people. You feel me? Like we'll come together and we'll say it's okay and we'll do it over and over again till it become embedded in us. And it's like that's what they did. That's what they kind of did to like when it came to us, like to where it got embedded in them and they can't get out of it. But then they wonder why shit is so shitty. Like it's weird, bro, because like we'll be on the bottom and we'll be bumping heads with each other while the ones on the top will just be living, laughing at us. And then we created a top tier, and the top tier is an illusion in itself. And it's weird because like the ones on the bottom can show the ones on the top that shit don't mean nothing. That all that money you think you're making, all that, it don't mean anything. Because you think you're doing all, it really doesn't mean anything. Because you didn't fell in love with something that's an illusion instead of falling in love with the people that are walking around you. We started putting our faith in the things that we can't see, the things that we can hold and that can disappear. You feel me? And we took it away from each other to where now, like, this is what it talks about, worshiping idols. It didn't mean that, oh, when you go into the church, oh, worshiping the cross or this and that. No, what you think an idol can be many different things. An idol is, money is an idol. All these different things then became idols. And we put all these different things, we didn't put the money and the power and all these other idolistic things above the people that's here with us, like the people that's around us, the people we talk to every day. It's in order so we can, it's weird because we created these different levels in order to make ourselves, this is how I make myself better than you. When in actuality, if I had $2 billion, it wouldn't make me better than you. Well, you think I'm gonna be able to, when it comes to the end and I gotta go, do you think money gonna buy my body into life? When it get to the end and it's time to go, do you think anything or anybody gonna save you from that thing? Do you think your smarts is gonna save you? Do you think the things that you know is going to save you? No, nothing's going to save you from that time when it comes. So all those survival tactics that we use and we try to make ourselves seem like we better than everybody else or we better than that person over there, when you get to the end, you're going to find out you was lying to yourself the whole time. You wasn't better than nobody. But the images you were creating, you had to outdo. So the whole time you just fought with yourself, and that's every individual that's walking this planet, even me, walking around fighting with myself, pointing people out. You feel me? That I think is better, or that I think is saying something wrong, or I think that's saying something or doing something. You feel me? Fighting with myself the whole time and hold on to that baggage to the end of your life. You wonder why we dying in early ages and all these things is happening to us. Because we carrying around this fucked up luggage. And it's weird because when we open that luggage, open that suitcase, everybody can see it. And we want everybody to see it. That's why we, like, when you see people come in with their bad luggage into here and they get to being disrespectful and they get to saying things, and it's like, dang, you just carrying around that luggage. Gonna be carrying it probably to the end of their life. They're not even gonna realize it's bad, but they're gonna try to hold it and they're gonna try to shelter it. You feel me? And protect people from it. But they're gonna try to use it against people. It's like weird too, even now with knowledge, bro. That's why I don't be on the knowledge shit. I don't be on the knowledge shit no more. It's like it reminds me of religion. It's another hustle. It's not even helping people to be better themselves. It's another hustle. It's a game to where, okay, I'm gonna give you this. Now you gotta pay me for giving you this, for helping you, for giving you a understanding that you feel like that you didn't already had. It's not even the same no more. It's not healing people. It's making people not be able to heal themselves, and or to see themselves. And it's like it's just not the same. The knowledge isn't the same. The woke isn't the same. All of it is, and sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it was a game in the beginning, because it's no different than the religious groups that are doing what they're doing. Like, and that's why I kind of fell off of even, doing the psychedelic videos all the time. Because, I don't know, that shit, like, it's weird, bro. It's weird as shit. And I hate to say it. But I'm just being real about it. You feel me? Everybody want to sell you your spirituality as if you're not spiritual already. And like, we so ignorant, we go and we buy our own spirituality from people that's just walking around us, from somebody that we listening to online. Like, you don't know that you spiritual? Why you think it attracted you to me or to these other people that kick this spiritual information? You feel me? that's kicking the information in order so they can trap you within their reality. I don't want you to be trapped in my reality. I want you to be trapped in your own. Like, you have to be in your own, and you have to understand your own, and you don't need to go outside to listen to everybody else to even get that. You got to just start paying attention and looking at yourself. Like, you start diving in on mushrooms. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. You feel me? A lot of people ain't ready for that, but a lot of people is ready for that, because we just ready as a people. We are ready for a change. We ready for things to be different. Like, period. Like, because a few of us can't change, and then nobody else does. Like a few of us will change and be a certain way, and everybody else will still be the same. Like, that ain't gonna help nothing. Like, even talking about it. It's not gonna, like, even talking about it, it's just like, it's weird, bro. It's just weird now. So it's like, you put yourself above the other by selling information of spirituality. Yeah, that's what a lot of people do. And then we'll go around and we'll say, oh, Dr. Umar, and, well, or, a couple of other people, Young Pharaoh, Brother Polite, a lot of the ones that were Bobby Hemmett, Kalindi, Terrence McKenna, you feel me? Ram Doss. And like, I'm not saying that these weren't good people that weren't helping you elevate yourself, but at the same time, we'll put them on a pedestal as being higher than us, than ourself. Or we'll try to be what they are. And you see, like, when I was doing this, I, like, at first I could see myself going into that level of being that, like, and people was like, yeah, you like the Black Joe Rogan, and it was like, nah, I kind of, and I almost felt myself going to that part. Then I said, damn, if I go play that part, then I'm gonna have to be that for everybody all the time, and I'm not that. I'm myself. I'm who I am. I'm not none of these other people. You feel me? I probably have an understanding that they have, but you got it too. Like, just like I said, when we talk about the gods, and we talk about those entities that exist within all of us, not limited to one. Like, I'm just saying. Let's see. I'm not racist, but so it's the same game system of identity, because you become a god to someone else. Exactly. Almost like what Michael Jackson was to a lot of people, what a lot of different rappers become to a lot of people. But that's what they become. You feel me? That's when you start to understand. See, when I get to talking, like, when you hear people that, like, be Christian or that be Muslim, they'll tell me, I don't believe in God. And it's like, that's a lie. I just don't believe in your God. Don't get me wrong. I hear a lot of things that both these gods speak, but some things I accept, some I don't. But I know it's something out there that, like, I've met it many a times, that created all this thing. But it didn't look at it in the biased ways that we look at it as humans. That's why we always try to say, okay, God made us in his image. I always say, no, it's the other way around. We made God in our image, because God only do the thing that humans do. Oh, God only talks like a human talks. When you meet the God entity, or that thing that is being everything, it's not forcing, stopping, or making anything be what it is. It's the life force behind everything. It's that force that is that energy that is being everything. Almost like your electricity going through your house and becoming the lights in your house, becoming the energy that flows through your house to make your computer work, to charge your phone. It's already that thing. So now that it's already that power, that energy, it's watching the experience of everybody. As everybody's experiencing life and being life, that thing is looking at it with them. It's living it with them. That God entity is living life with everything and being it at the same time while being the energy. So it's giving it's looking at it through the eyes of whatever it's being at the time. That's why I said I am what I am. I will be what I will be. So you couldn't put it on nothing. But we took that and we put it on something and said, no, it's okay. It's this God right here. No, that was God saying, hey, I'm everything. I'm being everything. If I chose not to be, then nothing would exist. Nobody would exist. So it's like not that I'm not an atheist, because I believe it's a creator of all things. That the thing that just created everything. It's just it goes beyond the gods that we have as people. Because if you notice the gods that we create as people, they're more controlling over the people. They'll say like, and it's not the people, it's not the God that's saying it's controlling, it's us. Because we'll walk around and we'll say, well, my God said you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. But everybody's still doing this and doing that. So your God is not stopping anybody from doing anything. Everything is happening right now. There's not one thing that's not happening right now in life. Everything is happening. Nothing is stopping it. The only person stopping it and doing it is who? The people. The people. Because we're getting smarter when it comes to harming each other. And then I don't even think that. I think we're getting dumber. You heard what dude said, man. He said Cain killed Abel. It was 4 people on the planet. You feel me? He knocked one of them off. So and left 3. So I'm going, everything that's going on is just not nothing new, bro. It's not nothing new. And I think that's the part that scares me about life, is because we want all these things to change in life, but it's been going on since Adam and Eve. And that was the first humans. So if we say and we accept those was the first humans, and it was only 4 of them, and one of them got slaughtered by a brother, now can't even compare to that. It can't even compare. 4 humans. Now you got billions. And the same thing is happening. So if this is how life started, this is how life gonna end. And like it's fucked up to say, but that is what it is. You got people, you got perverts coming up out there just doing the weirdest of things. You got people chopping up bodies. You got people eating people. You know, all these different things that's going on, that's been happening. And I always go like this because people say, well, one day it's gonna be okay. One day, let's keep that hopeful. Cause the day people stop unaliving each other is gonna be the day lions stop unaliving each other. It's gonna be the day ants stop unaliving each other. It's gonna be the day weeds stop unaliving other plants. That's gonna be the day. It's not gonna just be, because this is the whole energy of everything. This is how everything works. So all these other things gonna have to stop, not just humans. And if you think the lion's gonna stop, bro, that energy gonna be here forever. It's always been like this. Until, you know, whatever come and turn the lights off in it, this is what it is. This is what it's gonna be. It's messed up to say it, but every life that we lived in this life, as we was leaving it, we was going, it shouldn't be like this. It should be like this. But the times that we lived back then, we even looked at it differently, because we was like, you know, we probably was rooting for, like, say, if you was a Jew in Israel or whatever, you feel me? You wasn't tripping off going out and destroying a whole nother people. If you was Hitler with the Jews, you wasn't caring about destroying the Jews. If you was with Genghis Khan, you wasn't caring about destroying whole nations of people. If you was with, you know, anybody in time that came along and did these crazy ass things, bro, you wouldn't even be thinking like you is right today. If you was a Viking, you would be thinking like a Viking. I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna fight until I die, because that's the only way I'm gonna be able to get in Valhalla, is if I die in battle. That's going to be your thought. Your thought not going to be what it is today. Well, we need to live in peace, and we know it's not going to be none of that shit. You're going to be running around with an axe, sharpening your axe, always wanting to go to war or go fight and take over a land and kill everybody on the land. Like your thoughts will be totally different. It's just we worked ourselves up to what we is right now. Now we think like this, and we go, oh, dang, I'm trying to save the world. The world don't need saving. That's the problem. The world don't need saving, and everybody that's trying to save the world is what they're trying to do is make the world into what they think the world should be. But the world is not that. The world is partly that, but it's everything else at the same time. And that's just what it is. It's like crazy. Everyone touches life on their own place. Yeah, say, have you heard the birthmark theory? My daughter say your birthmark makes you how you die. I didn't ask her for that information at all. Dang, that's crazy. Hey, you know what's weird? Cause the kids be saying a lot of different stuff. The kids do be saying a lot of different stuff because my first daughter, right? My first daughter had passed away, so when I had another daughter, she got named the same thing as my first daughter. And then I once she got older, like 5, I told her about her sister and why she had her name because it was something that happened. And then she used to come to me about and tell me how she had dreams of her being with her sister. And she was like, yeah, every time she come, she had my favorite horse. And I'm like, your favorite horse? She like, yeah, because like we go ride horses in my dreams. And then, but every time my sister come, she had my horse for me and we go ride horses and do other things. And I'm like going, what the hell? Like I was asked, like, what do she look like? Trying to ask her, like, describe her because I didn't even get a chance to see her. It was like crazy to hear, bro. And like, and we go, dang, is that a thing? Like, is that a possibility? And it's like, how could it not be if my daughter at 5 years old is sitting here explaining it to me? Like, it's like, wow, bro. It's like, dang. So it's just a lot of things in reality we don't understand. And that's why I think they try to keep our focus on what's here and what's happening right here, right now. Like they try to keep our focus on a lot of different things, not what's here, what's right now, but they try to keep our focus on a lot of bullshit. And so we don't never, like, you don't have a chance to focus on yourself. It's like, oh, it's okay, bro. It was a long time ago. It was my first child too. It was my first child. But it happened and it was so long ago. And then after that, I had, dang, man, that's crazy. I would have had 2 girls, but after that I had all boys. Five boys and 1 girl. 5 boys and 1 girl after that. I said, dang, life is wild as hell. You lose 1 girl, then you have 5 boys and 1 girl. Some of y'all be making girls. I'm glad I only made 1. Let's see, on them children know, especially 5 and under. Well, my little cousin described out grandma to her gold tooth. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. It seems like when we are born into reality, like we still carry the essence or that thing that we was before, but we breed it out of them. We program it out of them because we start programming them for today. So they can't hold on to those past memories or those past lives or those things that they see. They can't hold on to it. We start programming them to this. Hey, don't talk like that. Don't say that. That didn't happen. That's just an illusion. And it's like, nah, this should be happening, bro. This should be happening. But yeah, don't say sorry, bro. That shit it was so long ago. It was so long ago that it's like, I've been in more than that loss. Like it's been I think I was like 23, 24 when it happened. It's like 23, 24, something like that. So it's been a long time. But I gotta go. I hate to say it, I gotta go. What time is it? Dang, it's 4 o'clock. Golly, man, dang. It's already 4 o'clock. I got stuff to do. What am I doing now? But I thank y'all for watching. And I know we ain't had one of these lives in a minute. you know. But every once in a while, I'm gonna get back and I'm gonna drop these because you know, I think I just haven't I ain't been diving in as much as I used to, and like there's nothing wrong with that because I ain't forgot nothing. You feel me? It sticks with you, but I haven't. You know, it's been like I think last week I had did DMT and I did some mushrooms. And I was just chilling in the room, just tripping. It's like kind of weird because it get to that point to where it don't even be like it be a self reflecting like experience. It be dope. Like I don't know, but I'm gone. I'll see y'all next time. Y'all make sure y'all had a good